What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. My name is Nemoto, and in this video I'm going to share 3 biggest reasons why the people fail when they set goals and start trying to achieve goals. And then you might feel stuck and you might feel like you're lost. Maybe you're on halfway trying to accomplish something. You're making $10,000 a month, or like you start building a business, or maybe you are becoming an influencer, but you're like 10k followers and you're stuck. And then you want to get to the next level. You did the first, taking a leap of faith and following a dream, not the addiction like everyone else around you. But now you are taking that step, but somehow something is not working. Because I experienced this myself as well, and I'm going to tell you exactly these 3 biggest reasons almost everybody go through, right? So I'm going to share so that you can actually prevent it. You don't need to go through like me or other people, so that you can actually get back to the basic, understand the goal setting, and so that you can, revisit and start the new chapter without feeling stuck anymore. So when I started coaching my business, maybe you're a coach as well. When I started my coaching business, I felt stuck around $3,000 or $5,000 a month, and I felt stuck, and I immediately understood that I'm a coach and I'm coaching people. I also need a coach. The biggest investment that I have to make, and the best investment that I have to make all the time, is within myself. It's the same goes to going to the gym, same as eating healthy, same as thinking positively. Investing within yourself is the best way to grow, best way to be fulfilled, best way to become better. And it is the cheapest investment that you can ever make. The reason why is because if you're in a house, the house will be taxed, and you never own a house. If you did something wrong, bank will chase down, and then your house is not yours anymore. So you never really own anything except your knowledge and experience and your presence, your energy. And I was investing myself, even though I was flat broke. I remember that there was only $1,000 in my bank account, and I purchased some like $700 course to learn sales and other strategies and like the things that I'd never have any idea about. Okay, and I was flat broke, but I was keep investing myself with all these programs and XYZ. And the very fast investment that I made, one of the biggest investment that I made, was $10,000. $10,000. It was, for me, I was making only $3,000. So it was very difficult for me to really look at the numbers and like, oh shit. But I felt so aligned. And then, my first mentor became one of my best friend now. He's like a soul brother to me. It's like spirit to spirit, soul to soul. I believe it was meant to be. It was meant to be. He was meant to come into my life. So I really, really appreciate. His name is Abraham. So big shout out to my boy. But it was $10,000 still. It was big money for me. And I literally remember that I had $3,000 in my bank account. I was like, you know what? Just take my $3,000 and just give me a payment plan. And he agreed to it. So like I paid for $30,000 to him, and then the next a couple of months I was making $3,000. So I was paying basically every penny I had the next 2 months, and then finishing the $10,000. The reason why I'm talking about this is because when we actually start something or trying to get to the next level, we revisit the goal, right? So like, what is my goal? What is my goal? Millionaire, billionaire, whatever is your goal. Maybe you have this, I want to increase my followers, or I want to build my brand, selling jewelries and etc. Or like maybe you want to be a coach like me, or you want to scale to $5,000 to $10,000 like me, the time when I had a first coach. Maybe you're thinking about it. So the majority of the people will fail because they focus on the how. How is completely irrelevant. This is a human psychology. This entire educational system will teach you, because they want you to believe the how comes first, but not. The how comes at the end of your journey. Let me explain. So when you focus on how, cool. let's say, so now I was making $3,000, and how am I going to make it $10,000? I'm focusing on how. That means I'm focusing on the impossibility. I need to deal with the impossibility in my head that literally consistently remind myself that I cannot make $10,000. You see, it is going to be the most juicy validation for your limiting beliefs to literally reflect, here you go. You, my friend, will be stuck at $3,000 because this is exactly how you cannot make $10,000. So now I want you to drop the how. How am I gonna gain followers? How am I gonna achieve this goal? How am I gonna be confident and be able to talk to these beautiful girls? How? You sound like a fucking bulldog, and then you cannot breathe. Right? And no wonder why you cannot achieve goals. You feel stuck because you cannot breathe. Sound like a bulldog. Now, you have to step back and tell yourself, how doesn't matter. I don't know how, but I will achieve this goal. And that is the beautiful and most important statement that you need to learn. How doesn't matter. I don't know how. How doesn't matter. I don't know how, and how doesn't matter, but I will achieve that. And I know I will, and then I'm so happy and excited that it's coming to me. And number 2 is when. When am I going to achieve this? When am I going to achieve this? So when you focus on the when, you are expecting something to come to you right now. And then it often takes time. And it's good that you literally just focus, like going monk mode and going crazy, and it's just it's like task every single day, 12 hours. And then you could get to somewhere which is awesome, right? But if you're like so caught up with the when, that creates a disappointment. So what did I say? The how, you have to deal with impossibilities. When, if you focus on the when, you have to deal with the disappointment. And in both aspects, you can avoid to keep your vibration high and with reduce significant amount of stress by simply not focusing on the when and how. Alright guys, apologize for the sound because my microphone wasn't connected, so I was literally talking to an object. So do not focus on when, simply reduce your focus from how and when so that you don't need to deal with impossibilities and disappointments. And even if you want something by the end of the 2024, you want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. Even if you came a little bit short, it's still a win. You're still making a progress. You're still stepping forward. So that is why it's either way it's a win. Either way it's helping you to accomplish, even if you set some goal but you reduce the too much focus from when, then you can actually in a longer period of time you will be achieving much more because you reduced a significant amount of stress from you. And number 3 is the accomplishment or the money or the result, whatever you want to achieve, is the byproduct of who you are becoming. And this is what I've learned in the last couple of years, in hindsight. Through my own experience, and I was chasing after something that I want to achieve, and I did. I had literally just went from flat broke, no money in my bank account, to, making 6-figure and traveling around, staying in a nice hotel. I spent like a couple $1,000s every month for hotels, and that was amazing. And I got to experience that as a byproduct because I was somebody who I wanted to be. I became someone who can do it. This is very important. The accomplishment and money is not as fancy as that person you can be. And literally, because you are that person, you get to experience the reality. Your reality, your external situations in the world is literally just expansion of your internal world. So if your internal world is miserable, then of course that will be expanded. If your internal world is so happy and you seem like you just joy in happiness, meditate and then you pray and then you embrace this internal beautiful experience and the feelings every single day,
And then your external world, which is your reality, will be the expanded version of it. Then you get to see a lot of beautiful things, and then you encounter with a lot of beautiful things that makes you happier or feel more joyful. And it's literally, sadly, that is the reality. So then how can I actually make my internal world better so that my external world has become better too? Then of course you got to focus on your internal world. How are you going to focus on your internal world? Imagine that who you want to be. Don't listen to these people who tell you that, oh, you're good enough, you be yourself. They're telling you that your current version, which is programmed based on your environment, your past and traumas when you're a child or when you're a teenager, and that version of yourself is just a temporality version of yourself that was conditioned in a certain way, because we grow out from cannot choose anything to choosing everything, right? When you're a child, you can't choose shit. But from when you were 16, 18, you start choosing something for yourself. And then when you're 20, 30, and you already chose so many things for yourself. But those are literally on the base. The base is conditional beliefs that you absorbed and then you learned from your parents, the older generation, schools, and XYZ environmental aspect. Obviously, if you're Muslim, strictly Muslim, then you don't have the same belief as people who don't believe in God. Am I right? You believe in Allah, you believe in this, you believe in that, you believe that this is exactly I need to live this way. Like I need to live this way. And that is a beautiful thing, that you're following your religion. It's amazing. But that doesn't mean that the people who don't believe in God, that's how they grew up, just, they don't choose parents, right? As far as we know. And they were just taught, like, there's no God. Like, shut up, there's no God. Then, of course, they don't believe the same thing as people believe in God. And then these people tell you, you should be yourself. You don't accept who you are, current version of yourself, and you don't need to do shit. And this is literally taking the power from you. Taking a power from you. Do you know why? Because they believe in something that they think it's good. So maybe they have so much love and so much care for you, but that doesn't mean that they know exactly what to do to get what you want. And that's two different things. And if you have passion and purpose, you believe that you can do it. Deep down, you believe you can do it, but you don't know how. You don't know if you feel like there's obstacles and hardships and the walls that you're bumping into. Then again, who you want to be is the most important thing, because in the process, the story that you are going to walk through is the greatest gift you will ever receive from the God. Not the accomplishment. Sure, accomplishment is nice. Like I becoming a TEDx speaker was one of my biggest dreams, right? Having my dream life is amazing. But again, the accomplishment is just accomplishment. But who I am now, who I became, is the most valuable asset and the most valuable thing that you can ever accomplish. And I get to live this beautiful story. I get to tell the beautiful story to others who might wearing the same shoes as me back then, so that I can inspire people, so that I can motivate people. And that, my friend, is the most beautiful thing that you can ever experience. So focus on who you want to be. Who do you want to be? Who do I want to be? And how that version of yourself, how this best version of yourself will act and behave. Like, have the crystal clear vision about this best version of yourself. Who do you want to be? And I do have a meditation audio that helps you to actually make that transition. All right, go ahead, focus on your goal, revisit your goal, and now I want you to focus on who you want to be. And I use the meditation. It's in my YouTube channel, and it's called Personality Shifting Meditation. That allows you to go from current version of yourself to get closer to who you want to be. All right, with that said, let's keep chasing dreams rather than addiction. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao. Live your life like a movie.